Hey y'all, I wanted to come on here and give y'all kind of an update since I haven't talked to y'all since I was 6 weeks pregnant. The whole reason that I stopped making videos is mostly because I was scared I would have a miscarriage, and having to make a video explaining that kind of terrified me. And the whole reason I'm doing this video now is my husband was like, why are you not making videos anymore? And when I explained it to him, he was like, that's life. Like, people want to know what's going on. And he made a really good point, so that's the reason I'm back. My husband made an awesome point, and I kind of feel bad for leaving y'all in the dark, y'all not knowing what's going on. So I am 16 weeks pregnant. It is still 2 babies. We have had kind of a up and down, rocky-ish pregnancy. Nothing really bad has happened, no bleeding or anything like that since last time I talked to y'all. The only thing that has happened that has kind of scared me is I had to go to the hospital twice. The first time was I had really bad morning sickness that day, and I got sick because I got overly hot. And normally if I get sick and I throw up or whatever, if I cool down and give my body time to relax, I'm normally pretty much upbeat again until the next round of nausea comes around. But that wasn't the case this time. So we was in Hobby Lobby's parking lot, and I did not feel good. We was getting my daughter ready for her first day of school, which Nevaeh has started school now. She is in pre-K. She has been going for a week and like 3 days, but different story, different video. But we was getting everything she needed, her glasses, her book bag, all this. And I got overly hot, I got sick, and I ended up having really bad stomach problems. Like, my stomach started cramping really bad to the point, excuse me, I was hunched over in pain. And it got to the point to where I was crying in Target, because we went to Target right after that. And I had my mama call my doctor on call, and he was like, she needs to get to the hospital like now. So we went to the hospital, and of course my hospital is really weird. I do not like the hospital that I'm going to have the babies at all. Though it's awesome with my first 3 pregnancies, this one's, I feel like they're being kind of dickish, I guess. But I saw a male doctor, and he told me that he wanted to give me an ultrasound. He wanted to check the twins. He wanted to make sure that I wasn't losing one of them or both of them, or really to see what was going on. So they came in, they gave me my ultrasound. The woman was an ass. She didn't act like she really knew what she was doing. And I have really bad back problems right now, like uberly bad. And I ended up getting a really sharp pain in my back. And I was pretty much like leaning towards her while my mom was rubbing my back, trying to get my back to stop hurting. And she's like, oh, what's wrong? And I'm like, if you touch me or say anything to me, I'm probably going to slap you. But that appointment ended up going really, really well. Both the twins are completely healthy, or it was completely healthy at that appointment. They still are, but referred at that one. So I was able to go home and everything like that, and I had to let my doctors know that I was in the hospital, explain to them what's going on, explain to them what the ultrasound tech said and what my doctor said and everything. And it ended up being alright. I had a couple of appointments in between then and my next time going to the hospital. And I think when I went the first time, I was 9 weeks pregnant. Is that right? Yeah, I was 9 weeks pregnant the first time I went. So I had another ultrasound at 12 weeks. And if I can find the pictures, because my husband likes carrying them around with him wherever he goes, they're in his truck. But if I can find the pictures, I will upload them now. So yeah, those were my 12 weeks and some odd days ultrasound pictures. So at that appointment, babies are doing awesome. At my very first appointment, they were sitting pretty much like this. One was just a little bit higher than the other, but they was facing each other. And the one that's lowest was baby A, and the one that's highest is baby B. Well, at my 12-week ultrasound, baby A was still here, but baby B decided to go up on top of him. So they're sitting like this. And they pretty much just make sure that they're growing right and everything else. Because with twins, there is a slim chance, but there's still a chance of twin-to-twin transfer. And that's when one twin takes up all the nutrition and all the energy and everything from the second. Sorry about that. My daughter was trying to get my attention because my youngest took off her butt. Anyway, like I was saying, there's a chance that one twin would get a lot bigger than the other, and that can cause in both death in both of the twins or just one of them, and it just depends on everything. So you do get more ultrasounds with twins than with the singleton. So fast forward a little bit, and now we are at my second time at the hospital, and I think I was like 13 or 14 weeks. Please ignore her crying. She's had a long day at school and tonight or last night and everything, so just ignore her. But now I'm at the second time at the hospital. I got up one day and I checked on my kids, and when I got up, I felt a clear liquid running down my leg. So that kind of creeped me out a little bit. I didn't know if it was possibly my water breaking or if one of the twins had hit my bladder and I peed and not realized it, but it was enough to worry me, so I called my OB. And the male OBs at my doctor's is a lot more friendlier and more sympathetic when they're trying to tell you bad news. They don't sugarcoat it, but they kind of tell you what the chances are and I don't know what I'm trying to say, make you feel a little bit more comfortable. The women, however, is a totally different story. They're just like, well, this can happen, and if it does, well, you're going to pretty much have to get over it. And that kind of pissed me off a lot. The way that she worded it was, well, if it's your water breaking, you're going to have to go ahead and prepare to terminate the pregnancy. And I was sitting there like, you could have worded that nicer, but whatever. And I hung up on her because she just pissed me off. So, I went to the hospital. I got checked. And thank God one of the babies just kicked my bladder or was sitting on it or whatever, because that was all it was. And I was so thankful for that. It made me feel so much better knowing that it wasn't my water and that my cervix is still completely closed. So now we are back at my last appointment. That wasn't really an appointment. I kind of had to go into the hospital or go into my OB because I started having pains in my back that was wrapping around to my stomach, and I know that that can be considered real labor or real contractions. And I've only experienced real contractions one time, and that was with Nevaeh, and that was because I was induced one day and then 2 days later I had her, so I had real contractions all through them. I'm sorry I keep messing with my nose, it itches. But and that's what it felt like. So I went in, and Palmer, which is one of my favorite doctors. I love Palmer and Ellis. You'll hear me talk a lot about them in the next little months of my pregnancy. But Palmer gave me another ultrasound, and it wasn't by like my normal ultrasound tech. It was by him. Well, he looked at the twins, and one heartbeat was 143 to 145. And that was baby A's, and baby B's was 165. So they fluctuate in heartbeats a lot. One also sounds like a horse trot, and the other one sounds like a washing machine. And there is an old wives' tale on that. If it sounds like a horse trot, I think it's a boy, and if it sounds like a washing machine, it's a girl. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I am planning on doing a old wives' tale gender predictor in the next little bit, because I do have my gender ultrasound coming up soon. I'll get back to that. So he checked the twins. Everything looked amazing. I didn't get any pictures that time because he really wasn't supposed to give me an ultrasound then, but he's more willing to break the rules for twins or someone who is extremely high risk pregnancy. So that's one of the reasons I love him. And he also checked my cervix. My cervix is long, hard, and closed, which made me feel awesome. And he told me that I have round ligament pain, that is only going to get worse throughout my pregnancy. I'm getting dehydrated, and that one's kind of confusing me because I'm doing all I can to drink as much water or some kind of fluid as possible, and it's just not working with me for some reason. And I can sit here and chug bottle after bottle after bottle, and I'm still dehydrated. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, although he did say if it's not somewhat better by the 13th, which is my next appointment, that I will have to be put into the hospital for at least 2 days to have fluids. So that kind of sucks because I'm scared of needles. Even though I have tattoos, I'm scared of needles. And he also put me on bed rest until I go back into the doctor. And as you can see, I'm standing in my bathroom, so I'm not in the bed. And that's because if I am up moving around, I have to take it easy. And I feel like me just standing here talking to you is not going to do anything other than hurt my back like it is. So, but that's about it on that. And that's pretty much all with my appointments and what's been going on as appointment-wise with this pregnancy so far. So now we are going to move on to symptoms and cravings. So my biggest symptom since 16 weeks to about, I would say 14, almost 15 weeks, is I have really bad, or had, I'm knock on wood, really bad throwing up, and I had kidney issues, which I got, or not kidney, but what's that? Gallbladder, that I have to see if I have gallstones at my next appointment as well. But I got to the point to where I couldn't eat anything. If I did, it would come up. I could hardly drink anything, which probably is the reason I'm so dehydrated now, even though I chug. I could just still be recovering from that. And when I was throwing up, this is going to get gross, I know, and I'm sorry. I was throwing up bowel. And a lot of times bowel is a sign that your gallbladder is either going to fail or is starting to fail, or you have really bad gallstones. It is, however, and I did not know this at all because I've never heard another woman who's pregnant with twins complain about this at all. But when you're pregnant with twins, you're apparently more likely to throw up bowel and everything because even though you eat a full meal, the twins take most of that, and then your body only takes really what it needs. So everything else you're going to throw back up. So that kind of sucks. And because of that, I am on this pill. I don't know how to pronounce the name of these, so don't hate me. And it looks like these. And I got to take one of them every day. And this one is for my acid reflux and heartburn. The other pill that I take is for nausea. I'm trying to get it open. I'm sorry this is a long video, y'all. I can't get it open. Okay, and that's what this one's called. And I'm pretty sure this one's for my nausea. If not, then just reverse the pills. But it's a really small pill. I don't really mind taking this one at all. It's really small. And it has like a little pregnant lady on it. So that's kind of awesome. But I take them. And since I do have severe nausea to the point to where I am almost bedridden kind of thing. Like I can't really do anything because anytime I move I throw up. I am on that, which is Finagrin, and it looks like this. So those are all the pills that I'm on. I am looking into getting a new prenatal because every time I take these I throw up and I just hate taking them. Can y'all even see that? I hate taking pills that I know it's going to make me throw up because it's not doing what it needs to do anyway. So I feel like there's no point in taking it. So I'm trying to take them. I don't take the nausea and Finagrin and heartburn as much as I used to because I haven't been getting sick. As for the other symptoms, heartburn is still a main thing. I don't think it's to the point where I need to take a pill over it. If it gets too bad, I take Tums, and that's pretty much it. Back pain is still one of my major symptoms, and so is round ligament pain. I'm always the kind of person, like I've always been the kind of person who has Braxton hits really early in pregnancy, normally starting around 10 weeks. This one pushed back a little bit. Excuse me, they started coming around 13 to 14 weeks. So still, I'm having that. I get migraines every now and then. What else? I'm sleepy all the time. And the past few days have been really emotional. I don't know if that's due to being pregnant or we haven't really had a sunny day and it be dry out, and going on a week, and I think maybe a week and a half. So that might be some of the reasons why I'm so kind of out of it, and the reasons the girls are so annoyed and loud and rambunctious is because they haven't really been able to go outside because of the rain or because it is too muddy for them to be out. That is pretty much it, I think, for my symptoms. For cravings, I have craved a rare steak, but my husband will not let me have rare right now at all because, for one, my body won't handle it in general anymore, really. And that was before I got pregnant. And he don't really want me risking it while I'm pregnant now, so, and I understand that completely, so I'm not bitching about it. So I got a medium rare steak. Sundays from like McDonald's, like the chocolate fudge sundaes I've been craving. French fries. I crave everything that's not healthy for you. Peaches are healthy for you, so I crave peaches sometimes. Viney sausages, and I hated Viney sausages when I was pregnant with the other ones and younger, but this time I love them. I have been craving water, although the past week and a half or so, water has tasted like soap and old juice, which is really weird and annoying. And that's pretty much it for that.